thing. The one is the imaginaries. I think we've got to have and find new images, new ideas, new narratives of what cities can be that allow that kind of variety. And in that regard, there's some work I'm doing with my a collaborator, Tiresh Govender, on that, this idea of what, how do we play with the metaphor of the city? How do we play with different representations? We've all seen the renderings, we've all seen the kind of watercolor, either watercolor paintings or the CAD renderings of the future city, Lagos, Joburg, Kigali, whatever. We've got to get beyond that. And so there's something about our imagination that needs to be expanded to where we can imagine an Umtata that looks quite unique and fabulous, and a Joburg that does too. So the new imaginaries, I link that then to the idea of new processes. We're going to have to work differently to get to that kind of a vision. And for me, the big catch piece there is participation, and you raised it as well. How do you work with many more people in much more inclusive ways? And there's some of these ideas around human-centered design, different kinds of forms of, much more radically participative approaches. I think we really need to explore that. And then the last one is new institutions. How do we actually allow different things to happen? And that's everything from whether it's the planning regulations to what I was talking about earlier, how officials understand their mandate, what the politics of the day allow, what capital is willing to invest in, what consumers like you and me believe is acceptable as a home or a house. If we all want to buy the same thing, then the market produces the same thing. But if we are open, if I'm living in Umtata and I'm convinced that there's something special about being there and that there's something unique that we have to offer, then maybe my patterns of consumption, maybe my imagination, maybe what I'm willing to experiment with also needs to be informed by that. So those are the three ideas I'm kind of still stuck on in terms of what I think will get us to a future that looks different and much more exciting 20 years from now.